Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will explain about design a learning system. Okay, so first we will see the definition. According to Tom Mitchell, a computer program is said to be learning from experience E with respect to some task T. Thus, the performance measure P is the performance at task T, which is measured by P and it improves the with experience E. So please remember all of you, when we talk about design a learning system, so there is a scientist name. His name is Tom Mitchell. So according to Tom Mitchell, what is the meaning of this learning system? A computer program is said to be learning from the experience. Okay. So it is going to be learned from its experience. So it is indicated with capital E with respect to some task T. Okay. So after completion of some task, it receives some experience which is indicated by capital E. Thus, the performance measure P. Okay. So how to represent the performance? It is represented by P is the performance at task T. Okay. So at some task, the performance is P, which is measured by P, and it improves with experience E. Okay. So please remember all of you, as per Tom Mitchell, he is going to have something like experience E, task T, measure performance measurement is P. So there are three characteristics are there. First one is the experience, second one is the task, and third one is the performance. Okay. So we'll see now the example which is for this design a learning system. So you see on the screen example for this design a learning system. So in spam email detection, okay. So in the spam email detection, we are going to identify three things. First one is the task, second one is the performance, and third one is the experience. So what is the meaning of task? Let us see what is the meaning of this spam email detection. Please remember all of you, there are two types of emails are there. First one is the spam emails and second one is the normal emails. So when you say spam, these spam emails are unofficial. So frequently they are going to send to our mail IDs. Okay. So not spam means these are something like a official mail IDs. Now you see what is the meaning of task. I would like to classify the mails spam or not spam. This is called as task. You see here, classify the mails into spam or not spam. This is called as task. Now, I would like to check the performance. What is the percentage of the emails correctly classified as either spam or not spam? So in the task, what we are going to do? We are going to classify the data spam or not spam. But in the performance measurement, I am going to check the percentage. Okay. So we may not expect the 100% performance. Sometimes we may get wrong results also. Hence, we need to check the performance. So third one is the experience. So what is the meaning of this experience? Set of labeled emails marked as spam or not spam. So in this, we are going to use something called as labeled. This is the one of the most important thing in the design a learning system. There are completely 5 steps are there. So first one is the choosing training experience. Second one is the choosing training function. And third one is the choosing representation of target function. Fourth one is the choosing function approximation. And last one is the final design. So please remember all of you, we need to follow the steps as usual. So you may not change the order. Let us see one by one now. So first one is the training experience. Okay. So first one is the choosing training experience. The most important and first task in the design a machine learning system is to choose the training data. Okay. So when we build any machine, it is compulsory that we must choose the training data. So training experience that will be fed to train learning algorithm. So please remember all of you, the success or failure of machine learning model heavily depends on quality of training data. Okay. If the quality of the data is good, then we are going to get good results. If the quality of the data is poor, we are going to get the poor results. Let you see here, if the training experience is poor, incomplete, then model will also perform poor. So the training data must be chosen wisely and carefully. So when you choose the training data, definitely we must have some care on the data. Okay. So please remember all of you, in order to choose right training experience. Okay. So already we told when we choose the training data, we may get some problems. So in order to avoid those problems, we must follow three key attributes. First one is the type of feedback. Second one is the degree of control. And third one is the representation of distribution of samples. Okay. So what is the meaning of feedback? We are going to take some input from the past results. You see, direct feedback. What is the meaning of direct feedback? You see, here we are going to take immediate feedback. After completion of the work, we are going to analyze the performance of the work. So the example is student result prediction, pass or fail. Sentiment analysis, whether the data is positive or negative reviews. So when you see indirect feedback, the examples are game playing and self-driving car. So those are examples for the indirect feedback. So we completed type of feedback, then we go for degree of the control. So what is the meaning of this degree of the control? So here the degree of the control is, it indicates that how much control learners has over training example. Okay. So please remember in this the learner is also having some control about the training examples. So third one is a representation of distribution of samples. It shows how well training data represents real world data. So it is a key point for this. So the example is here you may have data something like diverse data, biased data. So when you have diverse data, we get some better generalization. But when we have biased data, we get some poor performance. So the example is spam data set contains the different languages, fonts and users. And the example for biased data is training only in English spam mails fails on regional language emails. So when you have a representation of distribution of samples, so it represents only something called as a real world data. Okay. So we completed first one, that is called as here. This is the choosing training experience. And now let us go to second one. This is called as choosing target function. Okay. So now we go for second one. So this is called as choosing target function. So the next design is now the next design in ML is to decide what knowledge system should learn. Okay. And how it will be used, which is done by defining some target function. So please remember, choosing target function, nothing but we are going to think about, okay, you see here, how what knowledge system should learn. So what are the basic things the system is going to learn and how it will be used. So when you learn something, how it will be useful in the future. Okay. So you see, for example, in the chess game, the system learns to select the best move from all legal moves after opponent plays. So what is going to be happened in the chess? So always the machine should select all legal moves from, okay, it should select the best move from all legal moves after opponent plays. So this is called as what we say choosing target function. Okay. So let us go for now third one. So this third one is called as here you can see on the screen. So it is choosing a representation of target function. when machine knows all possible legal moves, okay, so we have know all possible moves. The next step is to choose the best move. One of the most important, you may have a number of possible legal moves, but always we should select only the best move in case of choosing a representation of target function. This decision is made using a suitable representation such as linear equations, hierarchical graphs, or tabular form. So the next move function check all possible moves gives better chance of success. So please remember the method name is, the function name is called as next move will give the all possible moves and give better chance of success. So for example, in the chess there are four legal moves. The machine selects the best move among them. So let us say there are four moves are there, but the machine select only best move. So now we go for fourth one. This is called as choosing a function approximation algorithm. So what is the meaning of function approximation algorithm? An optimized move cannot be chosen directly from the training data. Okay. The machine learns by trying different actions and getting feedback. So what is going to be happened in the choosing function approximation algorithm? It is going to depends on getting the feedback. So please remember there are different keywords for different methods. So in this fourth one, the keyword is feedback. So it is going to take the feedback from failure or success. It understands which move is better. Okay. So in the feedback, if it contains success, then the system will remember that and it will implement in the future. Okay. Now you see, for example, in chess game, the algorithm first make random moves. If the move leads to success, it remember. If it fails, it avoids that moves next time. Okay. So if it is success, it remembers, and if it is fails, it avoids the next time. This way, the machine learn the best moves step by step. Okay. So last one is called as final design. The final design is obtained after the systems learn from the many examples, including success and failures. So you may get success or failure. So based on this learning, the machine decides the next best action. Okay. So the example you can see, Deep Blue, a machine learning based computer, defeated chess champion Gary Kasparov, becoming the first computer to beat a human chess expert. So please remember all of you, there is a person, the person name is called as Gary Kasparov. He played with system name is called as Deep Blue. Okay. So between the game between Gary Kasparov and Deep Blue, so Gary Kasparov lost his match. Deep Blue won the match because already we trained the model. Okay. So this is called as a first computer, which means which beats the human. Okay. So in the final design of check learners algorithm, there are completely four steps are there. So first one is called as performance system. Second one is called as critic, and third one is called as generalizer, and fourth one is called as a experiment generator. Okay. So when we talk about the performance system, it is going to be focused on, it is going to start with a new problem. Okay. So when it is a critic, it checked off the previous history. Okay. So when you comes to the generalizer, it is going to be based on training examples. So last one is the experiment generator. It is focuses on hypothesis. Okay. So let us see more deep about these four steps. So first one is the performance system. So what is the meaning of this performance system? Okay. Now you see in this a performance system solves the given task using current knowledge. Okay. So it is going to be depends on current knowledge. So this is called as a performance system. Second one is the critic takes history of the game. Okay. Already we discussed about this one. So critic always talk about takes the history of the game and generates the training examples by evaluating success and failure. So third one is the generalizer. Generalizer produces a hypothesis that is its estimation of target function. Okay. So last one is the experiment generator. So experiment generators creates a new problem or actions using hypothesis. Okay. So these are called as a hypothesis. So it focuses on hypothesis for the performance system to explore. Okay. So this is all about the design a learning system. One of the most important question. Please remember these 5 steps are important in the examination part. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you one and all. Please like this.